Are you a leader in your own business, in your family, or in your life? And have you ever heard the term, it's lonely at the top? Well, why is that, right? In my travels to India, there was a monk who told me this amazing story that completely changed the way I look at leadership and obstacles and challenges. And I want to share that with you today because I feel like there's going to be some golden nuggets to help you be able to move forward. My question for you is, what is your strategy? When you try to do your absolute best with a project or a situation in life, but yet you fail to achieve the outcome that you want, the goal, the dream, the task, the mission. In other words, what do you do when your best isn't good enough? Now, I'm not saying you're not good enough. I'm saying your best effort, your best strategy fails to get the results that you want. I know for myself and a lot of clients that I work with in the past, what we used to do is freeze. We would get frustrated, be really angry, and it didn't really help. All those emotional states, all those behaviors, attitudes did not help at all. So in leadership, right, we gotta evolve. We gotta find a solution. Like, there's either solutions or excuses, that's it. And as a leader, right, leaders need to make executive decisions, make the tough decisions that other people can't or won't or don't want to make. And what happens if the other team around you, family, friends, coworkers, they don't have that same leadership quality or understanding? Well, a lot of times leaders, from the clients and CEOs that I work with, they might have a fear of maybe being judged, fear of losing confidence, like, why are you asking me this question? You're supposed to know this information, right? And a lot of times they get stuck or paralyzed or not knowing to go to, feeling stressed or overwhelmed. Because when I was traveling to India, I was going there for a spiritual journey and really just self-discovery, but I got so much more. I got a lot of leadership, wealth consciousness, health consciousness. It was amazing. But one day, this one monk told me this story, and it goes like this. There was a king who every Saturday was meeting court, or there's people from the town and the land that would come to this king, and this king, they would present their dilemmas, their issues, their problems, and the king would make an executive decision, and then that would be the ruling, and that would be it. But one particular day, this king was presenting with this dilemma he has never come across in his life, and he was very perplexed and did not know what to do. And the situation was, these two women came forward. One woman was holding a child, and she said, "This is my child," and this woman's trying to steal her away from me. This other woman said, "No, this is my child. I gave birth to her. She's trying to steal her away from me." So the king heard both stories. One woman was holding a child, one woman was not. And the king honestly did not know what to do. He's never come anything across like this, did not have it in his mental map, did not have it in his nervous system. So he said, okay, come back in 24 hours, come back in one day time, and I'll have a decision for you. So the women left. The king retreated back into his sacred space, his sacred chambers, where he would do a lot of deep internal reflecting and meditation. And this king particularly happened to have a really close relationship with Lord Krishna. And in this chambers, a lot of times when the king would call Lord Krishna would show up. So the king went into a deep meditative state, called Lord Krishna showed up, and the king told him the whole situation, and Lord Krishna says, here's what you do. Without batting an eye, knew exactly what to do. He said, you're going to let these women know that the solution is you're going to cut the baby in half, give one half the baby to one mother or one woman, and the other half to another woman, and that would be it. And the king at first was like, no, I don't want to. This is what are you talking about? I don't want to hurt any babies. And the Krishna said, I assure you, no babies will get hurt. It's not about hurting babies. Just trust me. Look at our track record in the past. I've always helped you. I've always came through. Always did you a solid. And trust me now. And the king says, you're right. I will trust you. You know, you're Lord Krishna, and I will follow. So the next day came, and the two women came back around the same time. And the king says, I have made my decision. Both women were sticking to their stories. So he says, what we're gonna do is we're going to cut the baby in half, you get one half and you get the other half. Immediately the woman who was holding the baby said, well, fine, because what she was thinking is, if I can't have the baby, then nobody can have the baby. The other woman that was not holding the baby said, no, absolutely not. Like, she got very emotional. She said, this is my baby, but I don't want the baby to get hurt. So I'd rather her have the baby and raise and be alive than nobody, and just be destroyed. The king immediately recognized that this was the mother, because obviously this mother would not want to hurt the baby at all. So that was the lesson, that was the story, and what I took away from it was, when your best isn't good enough, you have to go outside of yourself or deeper inside of yourself, depending on the way you look at it. We need a resourceful team. Physically, we need a resourceful team. We need people in the physical world that can actually help us, we can have conversations with. Google, YouTube, of course, is some references and books, but also people and experts. But we also need to have an internal resource, an internal team. Spiritually, higher self, visible, non-physical mentors, angels, whatever you choose to decide, you just need to choose to decide. And so anytime from that story onwards, and I got in a situation, I would use my training growing up watching MacGyver, where MacGyver would never say, get in a situation like, we're screwed. He would say, well, look around, what resources do we have, and move forward. Well, you can actually kind of MacGyver or resource your way beyond anything if you have enough resources and willingness and patience. So I encourage you to build or get yourself a mentor, a coach, or mentors or coaches or teachers that can help you in these times of need. I know for me that I am the go-to person for my clients when financial crisis happens, emergency, family emergency happens. Something happens when they've never experienced it before. They do not have it in their mental map or their nervous system. They call me. I'm a coach. I'm not in their game of life. I'm an outside point of view. I have a lot of tools and resources to be able to help solve them, their own problems, basically, and elevate to the next level. So get yourself a coach, get yourself a mentor, watch videos, keep learning, keep growing, because if your best isn't good enough, that doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means the strategy you're trying is outdated or it needs to be upgraded, and that's okay. So feel free to reach out to me or one of my coaches, but also just reach out to the best coach for you. It doesn't matter who you get. It only matters that it really helps, it resonates with you, so you can move forward, become a better version of yourself, and really positively impact the people around you in your life. I hope you took away some golden nuggets from this story, and feel free to subscribe. And there's going to be a lot more of these videos that can help you grow and become a better version of yourself and master yourself in your life.